If you asked me to bet a year ago on who Joe Biden would choose as a White House chief of staff, it would have been Ron Klain. I would have made the safe bet. And it seems like Joe Biden has made both the safe bet and the smart bet.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to be talking to Ron Klain for my understanding of this campaign going back a long time. And one of the reasons why Joe Biden relies on him is because Ron Klain tells him what he actually thinks, not even if it sounds all that great to Joe Biden in that moment. One of the things that you get out of Ron Klain, of course, is obviously very specific experience in dealing with the Ebola epidemic. And I think in some ways it's worth pointing out that part of the reason why Americans sometimes forget the Ebola period is precisely because it was not a catastrophe in America. And you just to juxtapose that against the outgoing chief of staff in this White House who has said to us so recently that the United States, in his words, is not going to be able to control this epidemic. It's just a completely different mindset. I will say one other thing. Ron Klain mentioned to me at one point that strategically, Joe Biden made a choice in this campaign during the primary that every time he was up on that debate stage and he's getting beat up by some of his opponents, he could have thrust the knife. He could have gone after them. But he made a decision that at the time, if he did that, he was going to be left with a party that was too weak to take on his opponent. So there was a kind of deeper strategy there that sometimes we didn't appreciate from the outside.
And that is a choice that I've seen Joe Biden make. In my own experience working in government, I've been in the governing chamber with the door closed with both Ron Klain in some circumstances, Joe Biden in other circumstances. And those meetings can sometimes get tense, depends on how many people are in the room. But I've never seen anyone leave one of those rooms with bad feelings about either Ron Klain or Joe Biden, even if they left the room disagreeing with them.
You know what I think it comes back to is a basic fundamental sense of perspective. That's the word that keeps occurring to me, Lawrence, as I think about these appointments, these choices, and ultimately the way that they're thinking about this moment. They have been through serious legislative fights. They've been through technical challenges in governing. And what that gives you, the accumulated effect of that experience, is that in effect, that even if you're going to have a fight on a question on Monday, and it can be a very serious policy disagreement, that you still need to be able to come back on Tuesday and make some common ground. Otherwise, what are we doing here? That's how you end up with paralysis. So you find in that combination of personalities and of governing philosophies a basic belief that, to put a fine point on it, that government is possible. And we're at a stage right now in this country, given the range of problems, both short term and long term, that's their basic orientation. And it goes all the way back to the beginning of Joe Biden's career and takes you up till today.